Western University. I had no intention of going here. I'm glad that I did. Throughout these 4 years, I've learned many lessons that no degree could have possibly taught me. I was born and raised in Jordan, and I moved to Canada when I was 14 with my mother. I never thought that I would go to Western or become a DJ. Some might call it luck, some might call it fate, but I ended up right here at Zeta Psi, and I wouldn't change that for the world.
Oh, that's hard, bro. Yeah, you had it lit, because they was ready.
They sure was.
I met Faze during my rush process.
He was one of the more present guys in the rush class.
He was auto-bid as a brother immediately.
We became really good friends, I'd say, after we finished pledging together. And then moving in here and just sharing a lot of memories together.
Zeta Psi really creates a pretty great environment if you're looking to get into music or DJing or any of that. We almost have a pipeline for DJs right now. Your name gets kind of more well known, and especially if you're someone like Faze, sky's really the limit with where you can take it.
My DJing journey started in this very room at Zeta Psi. I had joined the fraternity because I was open to the idea of what could be out there, of the unknown. I ended up having a good time, and in this room I decided to take on a challenge, which was to start DJing.
When he was starting off, he was grinding it every day. Every day I would come downstairs and I would just hear music from his room. He was so on it.
My room in the chapter house here was turned into a full-time studio where there was a production setup, a recording setup, and then a DJ setup, all within the same room. And me and some of the brothers like Itai would be working in there, putting in 12, 14-hour shifts, you know.
So my name's Itai Romy. Once I joined Zeta Psi, I realized this was my home and never looked back. So I actually originally met Faze when we were pledging together. He brought me in. At the time, he didn't DJ at all. And then I think later that year, he started DJing and I started producing. And ever since, we've just been locked in. We're talking about this team that we want to build. We'll go 12 hours straight. We have so many sessions where I'll literally go home at 7 a.m., wake up the next day, 2 p.m., just completely dead. Call Faze, he's like, yo, I just woke up too. I was like, yeah, I'm coming to the studio, and then we'll just lock in. I'll come here, I'll start cooking up, he'll do his thing, get ready for his set, he'll leave for his set, and then I'll be cooking, he'll be back at 2 a.m., I'm still cooking. If you meet Faze, you're meeting him for a reason. He puts himself into the right positions, in the right places, at the right times. It's not a coincidence, this guy grinds, and it was just a perfect fit, and I'm insanely lucky.
Russell Henlon was one of the guys that I met here at Zeta Psi at Western. He was the president before I got here, and he also helped teach me how to DJ. He passed on his DJ controller to me when he graduated and moved out to Toronto.
I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand.
When he first started DJing, he was talking to Russell Henlon, Phi of 2021. Russ kind of mentored him through his early stages of DJing. And
that was the first opportunity, that was the Kickstarter of me wanting to learn. That sparked the fire. Eventually, as I moved up the ladder and worked at different bars around the city, it became very obvious that there was just one to be at, Delilah's. So I worked pretty hard to get in contact with the people at Delilah's and did a lot of work just to show them that there's value in what I could provide. Eventually they gave me the shot, and the first time I ever DJ'd there, I was supposed to only DJ for half an hour. I ended up DJing the entire night, and that night I became a professional DJ and started getting paid. Delilah's has just built itself to a position where it is undisputedly the #1 spot here at Western University. When I tell you it is harder to get into Delilah's than it is to get into any club in Miami, I am not joking. Over there, you can buy your way in. You could pay to get in. Over here, it's not how it works.
Everything that I wanted stood up and went got it. Don't think I'm the hottest shit, watch how I pop. Wasn't good with the green, off the rocks I made profit. Start rapping now, I done took off like a rocket.
It's insanely cool that Delilah's down the street because not only that, they're super loyal to Faze and Faze is super loyal to them. And they've built a really, really strong relationship that has also opened up a ton of opportunities for Faze. He brings a ton of people to the bar.
TRX, a big ass feeling inside it, got more shots than mileage, don't think you should try. Came up off a bag, might just tell that to style me, my jeweler, the blind me think it's perfect time. All this shit a dream, the nightmares they behind me, had stopped kicking dogs, make too much off around. I come from that field, in the mud to get slimy. No, I don't take it, collar the cat by the body. Partner just spoke about a bitch trying to rob me, it's cool, but I had that whole son missing mom.
He's been one of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life. Him and I have gotten a lot closer. Throughout the summer here, actually, I spent a lot of time at the house, and it was just him and I and Limbo, and he would DJ all the time at Delilah's, and I would go and I'd just hang out in the DJ booth with him and just party pretty much all summer long.
Rich nigga make cash off music. Broke the bank on my teeth, another band on my feet. Hit the club and I still went stupid. Throwing one sand. Put the racks in the palm of my hand. Remember bitches just wanna be friends. Now I'm up and they yelling big, give me a chance. Steady hollering out. Rich nigga make cash off music. Broke the bank on my teeth, another band on my feet. Hit the club and I still went stupid. Throwing one sand. Put the racks in the palm of my hand. Remember bitches just wanna be friends. Now I'm up and they yelling big, give me a chance. Steady hollering out.
For the past 2 years, I've been driving back and forth between Toronto and London on a weekly basis, sometimes multiple times a week, chasing opportunity, chasing challenges. And along this process, I built a really good relationship with my brother Yanni, who is a Zeta at the Theta Xi chapter in Toronto.
My name is Yanni Kumarellis. We are at the Theta Xi house in Toronto. I was introduced to house music in 2019-2020 by a good friend of mine who is critical to this story. His name is DJ Tifi. One day, me and Tifi decided to go up to Western. We went out to the nightclub that night, and that is when I first met Faze. Faze was DJing at a place called Lost Love. Him and I had kind of known him through other brothers. I introduced myself. In that moment, the way he responded to me, the respect he showed me, the way he reacted, the way he carried himself, the way he moved and maneuvered was something of an expert's level. That was the beginning of an amazing bond. After that, Faze and Tifi had ended up linking up and doing their thing as well in Toronto, where, you know, we would book out venues and they would host their events. And I think now it's been 6 or 7 times where, without any promotion from the club, solely their people, and it's been really wonderful to see, and it's been a great time.
Floor seats for the Knicks. Couple models blowing hits. They don't even wanna pick. Wanna lick up, wanna. I done made a couple hits.
Faze really had that drive. You could see the fire in his eyes. The amount of work he puts into his craft, not only does it reflect on him and his success currently, but it's a wonderful example for anybody who could be watching this documentary to know that success is not necessarily given, it's more so taken.
My first year here in London, I remember watching Loud Luxury perform at London Music Hall. And I remember thinking to myself, standing in the middle of the crowd, I wonder what it would feel to be them at this moment. I wonder what it feels to be performing up there. 4 months later, I did it. 4 months later, I managed to perform at London Music Hall, the same venue, opening for Felix Cartel.
Our first event where he was like a big DJ, it was at London Music Hall, and he got all the guys out.
It was a huge step forward in his DJ career.
And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might just fuck your main bitch, that's just how I feel.
Fast forward a year or two later, and the next thing you know, I get the chance to be on stage with Loud Luxury themselves. They're coming back to Western to do a homecoming show, and the school has asked me to be the person who sets up the stage for them. And so, of course, I call my boy Tifi from Miami, and I'm like, yo, you gotta come down here and we got to do this show together.
Look at you go! Okay, you ready? Look! Go! Go! Look at you go! Okay, you ready? Look! Yeah! One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booger bugging me. Just need a bag, creed out a jaw jackery.
The show went incredible, and the next thing you know, they end up coming back to Delilah's, where I'm playing the after party later on that night, and they end up coming in the DJ booth and deciding to DJ the rest of the night with me.
What the fuck is good, legends?
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the
Felix Cartel was one of those first big milestones that I was truly happy for. And then I think it was T-Pain. What's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. Fast forward to getting to share a trailer with that guy, then getting to share a stage. It was unreal.
I used to feel so devastated. At times I thought we never make.
That's when I felt like, okay, I'm really doing this now. T-Pain, and then Nav, and then getting to play at 44, which was the #1 club in Toronto that year, and then getting booked to play at every other major club in Toronto, and then from there it just kind of kept going. And so now I wanted to take a step back and learn how the back end of the business started to run. And the first experience I got with putting on an event of large magnitude, if you will, was the Happy Dad launch here at Western University at Delilah's. The Nelk boys all came down. It was an unreal experience, and I got the chance to be responsible for creating the atmosphere that night.
See, I really been out on the mission to keep out his paper. We had to still come in and flip. Started out riding Batman with the geezers. When that didn't work, talk to Pop about the chicken. All of them talk my bad, ain't listen, was living, but taught me the ways of that kitchen. Don't need me a pot, I can microwave whip it. I bang the high seat just like a Christian. Went from that set to the spot, now we living. Still running their mouth, they gon' die about the midgets. They in my stuff, not on the table. I get it.
And before you know it, 24 hours later, I'm on stage with Quavo from the Migos. When I first came to Western, I didn't have the intentions of doing what I'm doing currently, but I remember coming to Western and thinking to myself, I just don't want to wait outside in the line, and I had to figure out a way around it, and I ended up taking that way pretty far.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things. Ballin' the solo way. And if you pattern my trend, make you my protege.
I wholeheartedly believe he'll take it far. I could see him doing festivals and big concerts, and if there was a guy to do it, it'd be him.
This journey has been surreal. It's felt sort of like a fever dream. The calm before the storm, it's allowed me time to reflect and think back to all the steps that it took to get here. Of course, there's a little bit of nerves when there's big shows like this. If I make a mistake, they're not gonna call me back. There's 100 other people waiting in line to take my spot. And when the sun went down, I knew that I had to go out there and deliver a performance that these people were not gonna forget. I remember being up there and being so focused on the task at hand that it was as if there was no noise going on around me, and it was a beautiful, peaceful day. But I knew that that wasn't the case. I knew that there was a lot of chaos about to go down. There was massive lines of people waiting outside the fence to get in, and once they opened the fences, that's when I knew that tonight was going to be a good night.
It's off the record. Okay, we have like 5 minutes and then...
I never expected to be the guy on stage.
Let's go. Yo, much love, boys. Let's go.
Delivering the welcoming performance to all the new students who have just joined Western University.
Yo, I'm proud to be a Zeta.
I fly with the stars in the skies. I am no longer trying to survive. I believe that life is a prize, but to live doesn't mean you're alive. Don't worry about me and who I fire. I get what I desire. In this very moment I'm king. In this very moment I slay Goliath with the sling. This very moment I bring, put it on everything, that I will retire with the ring, and I will retire with...
Once it was time to go, and I pressed start on the first song and introduced myself to the crowd, everything after that just kind of went by like that.
Cause I'm still hood, Hollywood couldn't change me. Shout out to my haters, sorry that you couldn't faze me. Ain't being cocky, we just vindicated. Best believe that when we done this moment, we'll be syndicated. I don't know, this night just remind me of...
The stage was shaking, people were screaming, the ground was shaking. Imagine a couple thousand people shaking the ground. That's a pretty unique feeling. Getting to experience it and getting to be the decider of when that happens, I'm very grateful for. Why settle for less? A mentality that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. A mentality that developed right here at Zeta Psi at Western University. And a mentality that I hope our brothers from across the world carry. Getting to perform with all of these artists such as Sway Lee, Nav, Quavo, T-Pain, all have been great experiences, but what has been more valuable than that were the lessons that I learned along the way and the people that I met along the way. Because those are just moments that come and go, and you know, next week or a month from now, nobody's gonna remember that you shared a stage with an artist like that, but they are gonna remember how you treated them. And that is something that I keep very dear to my heart, and that's why I care for the brothers that I have here and everybody else in our ecosystem. It's what keeps me going. It's why I wake up, get out of bed, and tackle the day, because there's still many more places to go.